We're coming up to the end of the year, so my plan is to kind of challenge you guys on some goal setting so that you start thinking about next year, think about some goals. And you know, at the top of this it says habits of top performing salespeople, but it all starts with the goal first. So you can have mini goals and then you can have an end goal. So, you know, the big thing would be an end goal. That's like something big that you should be thinking about. Hey, what's my end goal? What do I really, really want? And then you have a whole bunch of mini goals, and then this stuff that we're going to talk about is going to hopefully help you get your goals. So. I'd like to challenge you guys to put a date down today, and over the next 30 to 45 days, I literally want to spend 15 minutes with all of you individually and go through those goals with you. So if you don't ask me, you don't email me back and schedule it, that's okay. But I'm willing to schedule my time with you and help you guys all come up with some really good goals for next year and put out some really good action plans for yourself. You know, maybe it's you want to advance your career, maybe it's financially, maybe you have some big personal goals, and I can maybe provide some insight to help you get there, okay? And that goes for everybody in the room. There's no one here that I don't mean that to, so I'd like you all to put some thought into it, and then next 30 to 45 days schedule an appointment with me. We spend 15 minutes, maybe it'll be an hour, but it doesn't have to be long, but it can just be, hey, you bring it to me in writing, we go through it, and we chit chat, and I'd really like to set you guys up for a great year next year, okay?
Thanks, John.
Yeah. So the things today I want to discuss is, you know, having those goals and having that end goal is really important, but if you don't really have a plan on and how you're going to hit those goals, and you're kind of just going to go through the motions and do the same things over and over and over, it's really hard to level up on your goals. You know, and I'm going to use that word level up a lot because, you know, right now we're here, and I would hope that every year, at the end of every year, you look and say, okay, this is where I'm here, and this is where I want to get to, and this is my end goal, you know, whatever that is. So I want to have a goal for 2022, and then I want to have a goal. I want to have an end goal. This is really how I see myself at some point. And then you need to write it down, because it's really hard to have a goal unless you visualize it, put it somewhere safe, and then you constantly look at it. And that's what, you know, not just myself does, but most successful people are constantly looking at their goals and seeing where they're tracking, seeing how they're doing, identifying their strengths, and most importantly, identifying the things they're not good at. And that's what I want to share with you today. So these are 7 kind of key items. They're not, you know, we could probably pick 50, but I wanted to talk about, you know, the top 7, not keep you guys here for 2 hours, but we'll try and get you out of here in about 35 to 45 minutes and just kind of talk to you about habits of top performing salespeople and actually top performing successful people. But I wanted to drill down a little bit on the salesman part, but you can take some of these things just being successful. You know, and anything that I teach you today, it's not like you're going to be like, wow, that is Albert Einstein stuff. It's not going to be like that. It's probably going to be stuff you might have heard already, but you're just not doing it consistently enough, okay? So we want to talk about that. So the first thing I want to talk about is a daily plan and how you start. So, I mean, this is a big one, guys. And what I recommend is that everybody writes down what their plan is every day. And you can have different versions of it, but having a point form of the 5 or 6, 7 things that you want to accomplish that day. Some of it can be work related, and then there can be some personal stuff in there too. But not having that can really take you guys off what you're supposed to be doing throughout the day. Now, most people usually write it down the night before, or they get up really early in the morning before they start their day, and they look at it, okay? And so, you know, I've been in this business a long time, so I don't want to date myself. Tim, are you older than me? Okay, so I'm not the oldest person in the room, but let's just say I'm the wisest, okay? Anyway, Little joke there. But anyway, guys, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if we don't have a plan, we don't write it down, we don't look at it, and we're trying to accomplish things just with the seat of our pants type thing, it's going to be a lot hard. It's going to be a lot harder to be really effective. So, you know, number one, write down exactly what you're trying to accomplish for the day, and then I'll say, how do you start? Now, it was funny. Like, everyone has habits, right? So, Michael Wu, let's talk to you today. Do you put your socks on before your pants, or your pants on before your socks? Pardon me? Before your pants. Okay. You probably have done that for what, 20 years? Okay. So I actually do it the opposite. And today when I was putting my socks on last, I was kind of like, why have I done this? This is such a bad habit. You know, it just didn't make sense to me why I constantly do that. But it's something that I've always done. I get dressed, I do my hair, I do everything, then I go grab my socks. So my point on this, guys, is, you know, on some of our habits, on how we start, are they really good? When you think about how do you start and what do you do in the first couple hours of your day, are those the ones that are really going to help you hit your goal? Like, I'll give you an example. I see it all the time, and I've been in the car business a long time, so I've seen it everything. What about the one where we get to work, then we try and see what we can get for breakfast, and somehow in our brain we think that we should be able to start our day by eating breakfast when our shift started at 8:30 or 9 on a Saturday, and we're going to spend the first 45 minutes getting breakfast, getting food, and then we're going to spend the first hour kind of focused on that because we need energy. What about if, you know, at game time, do you ever see hockey players? Sammy, who's your favorite hockey player? Pardon me? McDavid. How soon does he get to the rink before game time? Hours? Why? Do you see him eating a breakfast sandwich 5 minutes before he goes on the ice? Why? But why? You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things, guys, and I'm not trying to single anyone out because I did it. I've done it. I'm all there. But now I want you to think about, okay, how am I, when I get to work, what if I took, and my best habits became the most productive the first hour? Am I scrambling and running to get to work on time? Is that the first part of my day where I'm driving, got to get a coffee, and then trying to like hit every green light so that I don't show up late? Is that a really good habit for a successful person? You know what I mean? It was funny. I watched. You know, we used to read a lot of books. Now you can do the audio stuff. But one of the things that I like to do in the morning when I can is I start the morning off with a sauna, because I have an infrared sauna. Not that everybody has an infrared sauna, but I have one, and that's the way I like to start it. But where I got that from is because I was listening to an audio on how the monks start their day. The monks start their day by not doing anything for the first hour other than just meditating and thinking about all the things they're going to accomplish. They don't go on their phone. And I've been guilty of this. What's the first thing some of you do? And myself too sometimes. Oh, is it within an arm's length? Should I grab that phone? And just think about that as a habit. Are you starting your day, you know, by looking at technology and taking yourself off what could be focusing on, you know, how to have a great day? Because we all have done it, and I still do it once in a while, but that's a bad habit. So the key to today is, let's identify the bad habits. Let's identify some of our good habits. Let's level up on the good ones. Let's try something different on the bad habits that are taking us away from being the most successful and best version of ourselves. And I can tell you right now, if you're going on your phone within the first 5 minutes of waking up, I don't need to tell you that's a bad habit. But that's a bad habit, right? You know, when do you eat your breakfast in the morning? Do you eat it at work, or have you already taken some time to eat your breakfast and focus on your day? So that when you get to work, especially if you're a leader in my company, If that's the example you're setting, that the first hour is going to be eating, I don't know if that's the best leadership habit I want in my company. How about, like Ovechkin, you're ready for the first shift. You're ready. You're talking to your guys about your game plans. You're making the guys be ready for their game plans. And just think about all of us. If we started to really focus on that first hour and being productive that first hour, what could that do to our success instead of wasting that first hour? Right? So, daily plan, how to start. Can I just go around the room and kind of get some examples of everyone, how they think they might be able to get some better habits? We'll start off with you.
Me probably being completely organized to leave for work in the morning, have everything set up and ready to go. You guys will kind of scramble. I know my deadline plan to leave work to get here on time, but I don't have everything prepared, so.
Okay. Are you writing it down yet or not? Are you waiting to get to work? Okay. Yourself?
Wake up earlier, maybe shower in the morning.
Okay.
Get fresh.
Shower's important. Okay. Are you writing things down yet? Like your game plan, guys, I want to be clear. Your game plan is so that you and your manager go through the leads. That's really not your daily plan. Your daily plan is much bigger than that. Your daily plan should, in business, we have KPIs. We have all these key indicators that we need to focus on a daily basis to be a big, successful company. Some of the managers that work behind the scene know all the processes I go. Some's HR, I got service KPIs, I got sales KPIs, I got things I got to send to me all the time, so that I can have all these buttons and make sure that if there's one that needs attention, I can go to. But then you got to drill down on yourselves. If I'm a salesperson, I got to figure out which 5 or 6 KPIs that is, and then write them down every day. And some of them are right here, improved skill set, pipeline, referrals, social media. Those should be part of your guys' KPIs, so that should be part of your daily plan. And then every day you can be like, am I spending enough time on this every day? Okay, how about yourself? Daily plan. Give me some, what do you think?
I usually eat breakfast before I leave for work instead of in the car.
Okay, yep. Jill?
I think I need to wake up earlier.
Okay.
A little bit of relaxed time, get my day started before
Okay.
I actually get ready.
Naz?
Oh, I get up early, but I do my meditations every day. But
Nice.
I gotta work out in the morning. I know I kick ass and I work out.
You feel better when you work out. Yeah, we all do, right? So just, the bottom one is consistency and discipline, right? Connor?
Yeah, mine need to be related to health as well. I need to focus on health, eating better and working out. So.
Mike Ister?
No, I'm glad you're asking. I've changed it for the past month. I've been running in the mornings and trying not to eat at all before 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So it's been working. This month is kind of proved.
You feel sharper?
Yeah.
Okay. Spencer?
I gotta keep it.
Just for morning routine?
Yeah, I'm just saying, can you give a takeaway on the daily plan that you think you can improve on? Pardon me?
Just not going on the phone first thing when you wake up. The blue light's really bad for your mental health.
Yeah.
It just proven.
Sam?
A few ones. Some of the guys said mine I would like to kick would be staying up a little later sometimes. I have a bad habit of staying up late, which doesn't make you sharp in the morning.
Okay. Well, I can remember when I was your guys' age, and Sam brought up a good thing. I thought I was invincible. Some of you that are in your 20s, it'd be nothing for me to stay up till 12, 1, 2 o'clock, have a few pops, and then try and function the next day at a full level. Most times I could function in the morning really well, just the way my body's built, but I know I didn't have sustainability later on in the day. So those are sometimes habits, if you're gonna get up earlier, because some of you aren't getting up earlier, chances are you need to coordinate that to maybe going to bed a little earlier so that you can get up earlier and be sharper. And this whole thing, well, I'm not a morning person, right? Because we've all heard that. That's in your head, man. You're not a morning person, get up earlier. If it takes you 2 hours to get going and you can't really function and make good decisions by 11 o'clock, that's not helping you right here. That's not helping you be the most successful person you can. If you convinced yourself, hey, you know what, I'm not a morning person, so don't talk to me till 11. That's That's not a good habit. So I challenge some of you that have it in your head that you don't like to do much in the morning. Get up earlier. Have a coffee, get some orange juice, whatever. Think about some ways that you can get that brain going. Chad?
Yeah, it's amazing, John. It's sort of just like these training sessions I love. I always take something away from when you're teaching, but I'm really going to make an effort here to get up. I think 1 hour earlier, wake up. It's huge,
We live in the Okanagan. The mornings and the sunsets or the sunrises are beautiful here. The fresh air is crisp. It's cool when you think about it. Timmy?
Well, I get up a couple hours before work starts and walk the dog every morning. First thing I do before I grab a coffee, before anything else. Seem to see the same people and say hi in the morning. And think about what I got to do for the day then.
Yeah.
That's my
Okay, cool.
Just getting up.
Yeah.
I get up and my alarm goes off and I just lay in bed for the last possible minute. Like, I gotta go now. I'm gonna be late, so.
Okay. Stacks?
I think one good one is I do plug my phone in a different room, not in my bedroom. That's a habit that I've formed, and then you don't reach for it first thing in the morning, grab a book and read. My internal clock is 5 to 5:30, so I'm good there.
Yeah.
But as far as just being more intentional with work, I actually, instead of a game plan, I need to write things down more because, as you know, when somebody has quite a bit of a portfolio, I always have tasks that I need to do and phone calls that I need to make, and a lot of times I miss things. And customers I should be following up, and retention is just as important as new business. So I need to really hold myself accountable there and be really intentional with what I need to do at work when I'm here.
Michael Wu?
Organize my day prior.
Yep.
So have my lunch packed day before.
Nice. Okay, I like it. Yourself?
I want to read more.
Read more?
Self-help books, more organization books. I find that I've stopped that habit.
Okay.
Learning new skills.
Okay. Justin?
I have a pretty set routine.
Yeah.
Like that, but I do like the idea of the night before. I have
Okay.
day set out, I set my view.
Okay. Okay. Megan?
Yeah, I find that I have to start mine the night before too. Like, the later I'm at work sometimes, the more I'll try and push my personal time
Yeah.
away and go to bed later, it's harder to wake up. So
Yeah.
that time of night, that time.
Okay. So, I mean, on this one, guys, I'd really challenge you guys to pick some bad habits. These sessions aren't for you guys to tell me all the good things you're doing in the morning. I'm trying to challenge you guys to pick a few that maybe could make you more productive and more of a successful people. We won't drill down on too many of them, but I gave you guys some examples. If you're not writing down a plan every morning that has your own KPIs and has your own tasks, and then reflecting how you did the night before. So today's plan, I will look at that either tonight or first thing in the morning of how I did on my plan, and then I will write down the exact same things the next morning. And any of you that have come in, you'll see that I usually I don't have like a whole paragraphs written, but I have bullet forms, okay? And I do that every single day. I've been doing it for 20 years, and it really helps me drill down, because if I missed doing something the day before, that moved up to the top, right? So it's really important, guys, on this one. Now the next one, mindset, and this is really, guys, the biggest reason why I wanted to do these roadshow meetings with my entire sales departments is A, we're going into slower times, and then B, with the COVID and the inventory, I thought that it was really important that as the president of the company, I came and talked to you all, okay? Because, this is a big one. All of us, including myself, can sometimes drift away and start focusing on the things we can't control. So right now, Stacks, what would be a big one that you could start focusing on that might take you off your daily plan?
Like not having inventory.
Not having inventory. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, so you know what? Just think about it though. I want you guys to drill down on that. We don't have as much inventory as we've had in the past. Now, if that starts to take up huge headspace, and you start thinking to yourself, how am I going to sell as many cars? Am I going to sell less cars? How am I going to do this? I'm going to sell less. 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 We don't have inventory. We don't have inventory. I'm going to sell less. What do you think is going to happen? So how much focus are we putting on the things that we can't control? Because the only person that should be focused on that in this room is me. and the president of Hyundai. And you got to trust that the people that is their job are going to do it well. So I'm on it, guys. I'm on the inventory. You know, I've talked to the president of Hyundai 3 times in the last week. I know what's going on. I have a pulse of the entire market, including the States. So we're going to be okay. He told me that he's doing a 10% increase on his forecast. Because I called him and said, hey, should I be forecasting 20% less? I have some big things that I got to, you know, set up with my banks and everything. He's like, no. You're going to have a bit of a couple months where it's going to be soft, but everything's going to be good come March. We have 140,000 units that have been guaranteed to. So I felt a lot good. So I went from like forecasting 20% less to 10% more than last year. So I wanted to communicate that with you guys, that shouldn't be something you guys be worried about focused. Now, when we're talking about focus and mindset, you know, the game plan is really about leads. The daily game plan is really about leads. I've told you that. But really, part of your game plan with the manager should be about how our mind is. Are we ready to rock? Where's your KPIs? Where's all the things that you guys can focus on and control? So now I'm just gonna ask a few of you, stacks, if you wanted to be like and level up and go to the next level, because there's lots of top performing people in the room and you're one of them. If you focused on some KPIs, what do you think those would be that you could control?
Like personal KPIs?
No, work related. So rather than focusing on the inventory, now I'm going to put it back to you. What are some things that you can control that are going to help you sell more cars? Okay, what else? Okay. Okay. Spencer, what are some other things that we can focus on and things that we can control? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Michael?
Just to kind of touch on what Lisa said these days, the fact that every person is more than 3 months ago, shouldn't have, but it does. I'm always fearful that I'm going to walk out to that used car that they came on and it's not gas, it's dirty. That just scares me. Yeah,
Okay.
scares me.
Okay. So I guess on this one, guys, when you know, I'm hoping that you take this, you're going to have your day timer ready to go when you start the morning. The top performing, you know, like I use Brent as an example because he is the top salesman in the company, and there is guys that are nipping on his heels in the room. But the one habit that he does really well is that day timer and game plan. He's going over it 3 to 5 times with the manager throughout the day. He's already written that tomorrow is on there by 5 o'clock. He's the first guy to do the game plan every single day. So that is a really good habit that he's established. He's figured out that he can sell more cars by using the resources to him, like the managers, and he's going to make them accountable to his leads constantly. So that game plan that we've given you in the day timers, he's going through it with Marcus and Scott Muir 5 to 6 times a day, and tomorrow's is already done before he left. And he tries to get in there first. So that's a really good habit, is because not only are we talking about the leads, he's really established that, hey, I want to get going here. I know what I got to do today, and you know what? I know I need my managers to it, so let's talk. Where are we at on this? Where are we at on this? Hey, can you help me call this customer? You know, and that's a really good habit. So I'd ask that your day timers, let's get more prepared. Let's not make the managers ask you by 11 if you got them done. And same with the managers. Let's be ready to rock. Okay, let's be ready to rock on game time. I think focusing on what we can control of being more focused and productive the first 2 hours of the day. okay? Because it's also going to be the first 2 hours and the last hour. That's when I look at the dealerships and I feel that I walk through and I have a snapshot. That's what I feel is lacking at most of the stores right now. The last hour of the day sometimes, I don't think we're really focused on preparing ourselves for the next day and doing a review of how the day went. We're living in the moment, we're doing all the things we need to, but we're not really focused on, okay, where are we at here? Stacks, that's, you know, that game plan where you have to sign at the end of the day. I think it's lacking. I think it's not as high as level as it could be. And if we did these two at a real higher level, I feel that we're going to get a huge uptake in productivity. So focus on the things you control. Let me focus on the things that are big picture. You guys have your own KPIs that we're going to go through here. Those are the things that you got to be focused on. You know, did I do a social media post today? Is that one of my KPIs that I write down every day? You know, have I made some calls? You know, is my deliveries ready? Do I have something in the pipeline? Do I have a pipeline process? We're gonna talk about that, but do I actually have a pipeline process? You know, and then, you know, because it's all about consistencies. If we get away from the consistencies, then you're gonna hit and miss on stuff. And we found that sometimes we're hitting and missing on video messages, we're hitting and missing on used cars, we're hitting and missing on social media. It's because I don't think it's written down enough and we're reviewing it enough with the team. So that's my challenge to everybody on this one, okay? The next one, improved skill set. So habits of a top performing salesperson are they're improving their skill set. So I'm going to go around the room real quick, including Megan and Jill. You guys can use your own jobs to. So we'll start off with you. Tell me what skill set you're best at.
My best skill set is kind of, I guess, bonding well with the customers. They tend to like me, and I think we
building rapport.
Building good rapport, yes,
Okay.
exactly. One thing I'm kind of lacking on a little bit would be.
Save it. I only asked for the best one. Okay.
I think the same as Peter, connecting with people, understanding people.
Building rapport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Likewise, building rapport, most likely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jill?
I think for my position, I would say getting my tasks done as quickly as
Task
possible.
management. I like it.
I would say uncovering needs, customer, yes.
Uncovering needs. Okay. Asking open-ended questions, that type of stuff. I like it. Connor?
Making us money.
That's your best skill set. Define that. Desking deals?
Desking deals.
Okay.
I'd say building up more.
Okay. Spencer?
Drive and persistence.
Okay. I like it. Sam?
Leading teams to a common goal.
Okay. Chad?
High energy.
High energy. I like it. Stocks?
Building value.
Building value in the car. Okay.
Value building.
Building rapport.
Building rapport.
Having customers feel comfortable with me from the very beginning.
Yep.
Mirroring my customers.
Okay. Building rapport again. Okay.
Finding what the customer really needs and wants.
Okay. Isolating their needs and overcoming the objections.
Exactly.
Similar to that, I would say tenacity.
Okay.
Probably problem solving.
Problem solving. Okay. Now, guess what's next?
So for me, it would be overcoming multiple objections. If a customer gives me an objection, I can maybe overcome it once, maybe twice, but more than that, I can't keep pushing that.
Okay. Why do you think that is?
I think I just need to have a better word track, more general knowledge, especially when it comes to used cars, so I can really continue to build value even when they show me objections. I think that'll come a lot with experience and just
Okay.
knowledge.
Okay, so write this one down. How do I become more confident? Yourself?
Sometimes I find myself focusing on one thing and not being able to focus on other things.
Multi?
It's just as
Okay. Okay, juggling more than once? Okay.
I would say time management and not writing things down.
Okay, being organized?
Yeah.
That's a big one. Yeah, especially with luxury.
I would say, well, I find myself learning all the time, but having desire to be number one, I need to find myself to be a bigger winner.
Okay, you don't find you're driven enough, or what do you mean?
I always figured that I'll always be in the top percentile, but I never push myself to be number one.
Okay. Jill?
I think my confidence. I feel like I question myself on things instead of just like trusting my answer.
Okay. Connor?
I need to be more well-rounded. do a few things really well, really lack on a few things, need to be better at everything.
Okay. Mike Ister?
I think being more comprehensive. I have a lot going on during the day, a lot of people to touch, and just having an overview of everything at all times.
Okay, Spencer?
Big one for me, especially now that I've just got a lot of business down the pipeline with a lot of moving parts, is definitely time management for small tasks. Like taking this to get this done, taking that to get clean, following up with that customer on mats. Yeah, time management is definitely my
being organized, okay.
Two things. One, being more accountable to my, I guess, 5 bosses. Whenever they ask me to do something, just to do it.
Okay.
And then a big thing is just being assertive. There is such thing as overselling, so I need to learn when to shut up, keep my mouth shut, so we can make more money.
Okay. Sam?
Being technology driven, just embracing it, learning it.
Okay. Chad? Your least skill set?
My least skill set is, well, the thing that really sort of slows me down a bit is getting, I don't want to use the word annoyed, but just like bothered by the things that come with the job. You know, like that's a bad one for me.
Okay, Tim?
Don't procrastinate, get done now what you can get done now.
Okay.
Definitely the same as here, just be more confident.
Okay.
To get out of my head, especially quoting payments double the budget.
Oh, okay. Okay, so changing a bad habit.
Yeah.
Qualifying the customers more. Yeah.
Patience.
Patience.
Control over
Megan?
Probably prioritization of what's most important. Like I'll hang myself up on things that I'm passionate about.
Okay, at the start, I told you guys I wanted an end goal, and then I wanted some 2021s. Everyone in the room tends to focus on the things they're good at. I want you to reverse it. Start focusing on the things you're not good at. You already have that in, like everyone knows what Alexander Ovechkin's best attribute is, right? He's got the quickest release. Everybody knows that he's going to get the puck on the power play, but yet he keeps scoring goals. We already know that, guys. We already know what your strengths are. Now, everybody that said building rapport, that's the easiest one as a car salesman. Everyone should have that. That's an easy one. But the rest of it, that's only one small piece of it. And guys, I was there. Trust me, I was there. I used to be a great salesperson. I relied only on my skills. I've always been pretty skilled at building rapport and being able to close a deal. But the business is changing. I mean, I look back and I'm 52 now. I started when I was 18. Imagine all the different cycles of business that I've went through. I'm not trying to date myself here, but the business has changed completely. It's changed a lot since COVID. We can't stand still and just rely on our strengths. We have to start focusing on the things that we're not good at. If you're not urgent enough, get more urgent. If you're not organized enough, come up with a plan. If you're not good at social media and video messaging, then call one of our marketing department and ask for some training. I have 4 of them. Book an appointment and say, I need help. I want to market myself better. I mean, all these things, guys, that you've identified, and when you're doing that, game or that thing that you talk to me, I want the egos and the humilities in check, and I want you to bring me 2 or 3 things that you're not good at. I don't need to talk about the things you're good at. I already know those. I'll be honest with you, I can tell you all of the things you're good at. Guess what? I could probably give you some constructive advice on the things you're not good at too. But I don't want to. I want you to tell me, right? I want you to bring it to me and say, you know what, John? This is my goal for 2022. This is my end goal. These are my mini goals. And these are the things that I know that I have to improve on. And this is this is the plan I've come up with. That's a real goal setting plan for next year. And that's why I'm doing this meeting, is so that you start identifying the things you're not good at, write it down, and then put a plan together on how to improve. My goal as a good leader is to challenge everybody to level up. I'm not happy being in the same spot. I'm not happy being complacent. I'm not happy with the results that I had 10 years ago. I mean, think about it. We've had 6 dealerships in 10 years. My first goal was to buy my first dealership. I told my wife, I just want one. And for 10 or 15 years, that was my goal, is to own a dealership. Well, your end goal might change, guys. But I knew some things that I had to change and advance, and you know, technology is a big one. We didn't have technology 15, 20 years ago in the car business. I had a Rolodex. I had a list of customers. I had to go out, knock on doors. Now we have a CRM system. We have social media. We have all these things that make it easy to us to get people. And you know, I look at this one and we're gonna go through it, but like, if you're hoping that I can provide you 50 customers and lay them out for you and say, here's Spencer, here's 50 or 60 customers, close them, 20 of them down, and you're not gonna contribute into bringing some of those 60 customers in yourself, I think you're missing the boat. I need guys that look and say, okay, they're gonna do this, how can I bring in 5 to 10 customers myself? How am I gonna do that? So, improving the skill set, guys, I really want you focused on the things you're not good at. I want you to write them down, I want you to identify them, and I want those in your plans for next year. And then I'll help you. I will mentor you guys and give you some insight on some things that, you know, I'm not perfect. I still have lots of things that I'm not good at that I'm constantly trying to improve on. But at least I know them, and I look at them all the time, right? So, okay, next one, pipeline. The top salespeople in the industry realize that every day they need to focus on a pipeline. And we're not talking about a pipeline for tomorrow. That's an easy one. Oh, I gotta have an appointment for tomorrow. Come on. We're talking about a pipeline 30 days from now, a pipeline 45 days from now, a pipeline 6 months from now, a pipeline 120 days, a pipeline 180 days. Constantly having pipelines. You know, all your customers, work in your pipeline. Like an easy one would be, you know, knowing your customer's birthday and then giving them a video message. I had that happen to me at least 10 to 15 times on my birthday. 15 different vendors knew my birthday and sent me a video. Why did they do that, Spencer? Because they want my business. I'm part of their pipeline. Guess what kind of business they were, most of them? Technology, CRM companies, social media companies, all these people that have figured out that now it's technology based. So do you have a plan for your customer of when you sold him a car today? Is he part of your pipeline for the next year or two? And can you really say you have a plan? Because we have Outlook and we have a CRM system. We have Dealer Socket. And if you don't know how to do it, then call Perry individually and say, Perry, I want to have a pipeline plan. Can you help me? That is his job. He will make time for you. He was at the training session in Maple Ridge. He knows that this is coming. But you got to want to do it. I could go to Perry and say, hey, I want you to sit down with every single salesperson and make sure they have a pipeline. But what good would that do? You know, I already have that problem with half the things I ask people to do. They don't buy in. Right? I don't want to force feed you guys. I want you to figure out that you can't, you know, no matter how good of salesman you are, if you're not dedicating really a lot of time to your pipeline every single day, then you're not hitting your full numbers. Even Brent, I said, what did you get out of the meeting at the end of it? He said, I'm not spending anywhere near enough time on the pipeline. I should have an assistant right now. I should be doing all these things. I could sell 40 cars a month, and it was really good hearing that from the guy who sells 300. But, you know, we're really good at the guy who sent an internet lead in, you know, but are we good at the guy we haven't heard from a week? Are we really good at, you know, what about, do we have a process after we haven't heard from him for 2 weeks? Are we really good at him after we haven't heard at him from 30 days? What about 3 months, 6 months, 1 year? Do we have a pipeline system? Do we have it in our Outlook to remind ourselves? Do we actually do the referral process like it's supposed to work consistently? Where it's like, hey, you know, Lance, you bought the car today, hope everything, you know, delivery, blah, blah, blah. Hey, large percentage of my customers have made repeats and referrals. I'm gonna give you a call in 5 days. Between now and then, can you think of a family member, aunt, uncle, circle of influence, someone you work with that might be interested in the vehicle for the next 3 months? Then we put it right into our Outlook right then. And then guess we call the guy right, that person, then I call you right when I said I was going to, on the 5 days. And then I said to you, hey Lance, I know it was a big thing when you bought the car and you probably weren't focused on it, but have you had a chance to think about, do you know of anyone that might be in the, you know, in line for a car in the next, you know, 3 months? He goes, no, I haven't even thought about it. No problem, Lance. I just was also calling to touch base with you and see how the new car is working. Would it be okay if I called you in 30 days? I'm gonna put you in my pipeline right now to check with you to see how your car's doing, and then also think, and then guess what? I called him in 30 days and I said, hey, Brett, remember when I called you on the 5 days and asked you how your car was doing? Do you remember the other thing I asked you? I asked you if you knew of anyone that might be in the market of a car over the next 3 months, because I have a lot of my customers on my payroll getting $200 a pop, and I just wanted to bring it to your attention again. Do you happen to know a family member, a friend, a relative, someone you work with, someone in your circle of influence that might be looking for a car in the next 3 months? No, it's okay, no problem. Can you think of me if you do? Would it be okay if I called you in 60 days, Megan, and asked you again? Most of the salespeople in the room only do the 5 day. That's where we level up, guys, on pipelines. That's where we start getting more business, is by having a plan and actually being consistent with it. Okay, on the internet leads, on your own customers, on the referrals, and on the repeats. Do you know that 70%? So I meant to tell you guys to all turn off your phones because it's distracting when you're doing a meeting and people are looking at their phones. So 70% better closing ratio. In fact, 70% better closing ratio if you were referred or you knew the person or sold them a car before. I want to say that again. 70% better closing ratio. So when we do these boiler rooms and I'm making you guys cold calls, a lot lower closing ratio. I know that. I've been doing it a long time. You're digging for gold and you could be digging for a while. But no one said at the boiler room you couldn't focus on repeats and referrals. 70% better closing ratio if they were referred to you or if you've sold them a car before. So what should we be focused on most of, that's low-hanging fruit. The top performing salespeople are going to focus on the things that they can get the best yield from. So yeah, if you don't have customers to call, we're going to give you a list and say, here's the phone book, pal, start calling, start a day. Let me know when you get to, whatever. That's how it used to be work. We didn't even have customer lists. We had a phone book back in the day. Imagine that. Imagine your sales manager throwing you a phone book and said, hey, you get A, you get B, you get C, you get D, you get E, you get F, you get G, you get H, you get I. Here's the word track. Get to it. That was cold calling back in the day. We're giving you customer lists that bought a car from us before. So I want you guys to put that on your goals because I think everybody in the room can level up. I think if the manager spent more time strategizing on this, we'd sell a lot more cars. I think if they made it part of your game plans, we'd sell more cars. But everybody has to have passion about it or it's not going to work. So those of you that don't have a pipeline, call Perry. He'll help you if you want to. I'm not going to force you. The worst thing about goal setting is if someone else does your goals for you. That's no good. My goal today is to challenge you all to level up. So it starts with that. Referrals and repeats, I said it. 70% better closing ratio. If they were referred to you and you had that initial start where it said, hey, Bill, bought a car off me. Hey, Michael Wu, he said good things about you. You have a 70% better closing ratio when that happens, or if you've sold them a car before. Same with finance. Your second delivery is way easier than your first ones. You guys know that. That's why I ask you to manufacture your own deals, right? It's the same idea concept here. Over the next 3 months, you finance guys should be manufacturing 2 to 3 deals a month, right? Big one, social media and marketing video. So I want to give you guys a bit of a light bulb here. So everybody is on their phones. Everybody is looking at technology, and we're not as good as we could be at this store promoting it ourselves. So if you truly want to be in the auto industry and in this career, you need to get going on technology. You will not survive if you don't. I've seen lots of dinosaurs that thought they were good at closing deals and building rapport, and they just haven't been able to make it. They can't get a job now. GMs, sales managers, GSMs, finance managers, salespeople, they're still working on 10 years ago plan. It doesn't work. 5-year plan, a 5 years ago plan doesn't work anymore. 3-year plan doesn't work anymore. 2-year plan doesn't work anymore. Everybody is focused on technology since COVID. Now I can tell you that it's going to go from here to here in the next 2 years. I know what the manufacturers are doing. Do you know that Kia just announced their new model? What was it, the EV what? EV6, okay. The EV6, direct to consumer, factory order, drop down, pick the dealership you want. In Canada. Get with it. Get with it. It's coming, guys. Everyone thought Tesla wasn't going to make it. 5 years ago, those guys are not going to make it. Number 1 automaker in the world right now, based on technology. They are a technology business first. They sell cars second. So, you better get going on this. You better become an expert at it. You need to start promoting yourself. You're shy? Too bad. Practice in the mirror. Seriously, laugh about it. You need to be promoting yourself. You need to be getting on the video messaging. Now, someone said to me at one of the meetings, they said, oh, well, you know, I don't get a lot of responses from these video messages. Well, here's the data that we know at our stores plus at, okay, 50% of them look at it. Out of the people that look at it, they go 80% of the time on our website. They don't need to reply to you. They need to go to the website. Okay? It's not rocket science, guys. Why are we not sending every single opportunity a video message? That would be something that I would want to focus on because I could control it. I'd be focused on that and that and that. And if I mastered those 4 things, then wow, my closing ratio would keep going up, keep going up, keep going up. You know, what if you got to a point where you didn't need to take lead, we call them ops, but when you need to take new customers, Michael Wu? What if you became the car guy in Kelowna, that everybody wanted, that knew a new used car, that you started marketing yourself good, you were consistent, you constantly did posts about yourself, what you could provide to the customers. You had your own slogan. I know Stax, you focus Al Patron, right? You have the Al Patron guy. I noticed that sometimes you're on him, right?
Gotcha,
yeah. So this is a guy, he's a bit of a goof, I'll be honest. Bit of a goof. But what he is, consistent. 3 or 4 or 5 posts, videos, this and that about nothing. The guy is the #1 car guy in New York now. Anyone wants a luxury car, they're going to him. I look at August Mazda. Great job as a competitor. If you're looking for a luxury car, you're going to them. Any type of luxury car. I follow them on social media. They're putting 2 to 3 Instagrams. out every time. Now we have a marketing team that's going to do some high level stuff for us as a dealership. But imagine if we synergized and I had 15 more people doing it. So, you can make mistakes. It's like that procrastination, right? Oh, I know I should do it, I know I should do it, I know I should do it, I know I should be better at it, I know I should be better at it. Do you know how many people in this room, including the managers, have told me that they should be better at social media and technology for the last 2 years? All of them, most of them. Oh, I gotta get better at that, I gotta get better at that, I gotta do more of that, I gotta do more of that. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for to level up? The president of the company just told you that if you want to be better in the auto industry, you got to be good at it. I know what the manufacturers are doing. You're not going to have a computer at your desk within 2 years. You're going to have an iPad. You're not going to have guest sheets or day timers at your desk. You're going to have an iPad that's going to be all centralized. It's going to go to the things. So if you're not going to get on the board with technology, then get out of the business, man. Seriously. I can't challenge you more than that. I would rather you come to see me and say, you know what, I don't like technology, it's behind me, and I'll say, you know what, then let's focus on transition, getting you out of the business. Because I can't run my company without being the best at it. So I am going to drill down on this a lot. And so I'm hoping that all of you have put it in your game plan when we meet in 35 to 45 days, and that you actually say what you're going to do, mean what you say what you mean, and you're going to get good at it. Because I'm tired of hearing the same stuff. And Kelowna Hyundai should be better at it. We have a lot of top performers in the room. We know you can close deals. We know that you're dynamic. We know that you have great rapport. You guys all said it. Well, why can't you build rapport on social media? Why can't you work your referrals and repeat on social media? All these things. These are things that you can focus on and you can control. Don't worry about the inventory. That's my job. You guys focus on the things that you need to level up on. Okay? Last one, consistency. This is the mother of all not hitting our goals. Okay? I was going to swear, but that wouldn't be good. That is number one. Is the number one reason why people do not hit their goals is because they are not consistent. They have not figured out that every single day that they have to have KPIs and do them. So I would ask that you, part of your daily pay plan, write some of this stuff down. Prove skill set, pipeline, referrals and repeats, social media. That should be part of your daily plan every day. Not wait till the Friday or Saturday, because you know that the report's coming out on Monday, and cram for the exam. That's old school, man. That's not being successful. Don't be a crammer. You're embarrassing yourselves. Start doing it every day. Okay? Because you guys want it. Not because Perry's sending me a report. Please, do it for yourselves. Do it because you know that you need to be better at it to be the best car salesperson or best successful manager or whatever you can be. Don't do it because you're afraid of getting caught and you had a 0, or you had 40 ups but you only did 20 video messages, or that you didn't have any type of social media posts. We have a great marketing team. Load them up. Load them up. I'd love them to come and say, you know what, we're spending too much time doing editing, we need to add another person. What I don't like hearing is, I'm having trouble getting content. Everyone sends me the delivery videos, like they're going out of style. But if that's really all you're doing, think about it. Here's a picture of Bill and Martha in front of a vehicle. They just bought a vehicle. They traded in their 2-year-old vehicle. And you did that 30 days in a row. Great. Is that creative, Michael? Get creative, man. You're going to do the exact same video 30 days in a row? You think you're going to get results from it? We got to be more than delivery video dealership, Connor. Don't we?
Yep.
Sam? Why have we become the delivery video capital of Canada? That's our creative, technology, social media. That's what we're about. Natalie tells me we're the best at it here. Every single one of you sends a delivery video. Where's the rest? That was what I wanted 2 years ago when we first started technology. That was grade 1. We're already at grade 7, okay? For those of you that are still behind. Grade 1 was the delivery videos. Now it's walkarounds, it's how-tos, it's videos with the customers, it's testimonials, it's images with the clients, it's all kinds of stuff. Borrow a vehicle, ask them to take, you know what, I'm off tomorrow, can I borrow a vehicle tonight? And some of you that have been with me a while, I trust you, I'll let you take a vehicle. If your day's off is Tuesday and you want to take a vehicle Monday night so that you can do some stuff with it, trust is important. I'll trust you once with my vehicle if it's for the right reasons. You gotta want to do it though. Okay? Consistency. Okay? I'm gonna end on that. So we'll go through it real quick, guys, and then we're, I don't know, 9:12. Okay. 1 hour exactly. So let's just go real quickly. What are some takeaways? Tell me 1 or 2 things you got from the meeting, and then we'll go. Megan? Okay. Nice. Okay. I like it. Michael Wu? Yeah. Nice. And keep doing the delivery videos though. Okay. Okay. Tim? Okay. Stocks?
I too focus on the bad things, improve those, and
Okay. Nice. Chad?
Yeah, I think the morning starts, my day needs to change. And I guess the new pipelines.
No more feed the beast at 9:30 in the morning?
I know exactly what that was coming on. And 10 and 11 and 12.
Sammy?
Just being honest with yourself with bad habits and challenging yourself to get better. It's
Okay.
easy to get stuck in that habit.
Okay. Complacency is a bad thing, guys. Is a very bad thing. It keeps us still. Okay. Spencer. Okay, man. Okay, well, I'm excited. All you guys are really top performers, especially those of you that have been with the company for 4 or 5 years. You guys level up, man. This is exciting stuff. Connor.
Yeah, spend too much time on the things I'm good at.
Okay, I like it. Michael Ister.
Focus on weaknesses, passion, consistency, pipeline, and I want to be the king on number 6, technology, social media.
Nice.
I have a good grip of it, but I can do better.
Okay, like I said, all of you, use Perry, use Claudius, even Natalie. We have lots of resources. Whoever you feel comfortable with, call them and say, hey, she's not going to dedicate 2 hours to you, but she can definitely come and spend 20 minutes with you guys. I've even asked her, I said, hey, she set up my Instagram. I'm not going to lie to you. Naz? Okay, yeah, we could do a lot better individually on Genesis. Okay, we could. And I think there's a real opportunity there. Brett?
Get better at consistency and change my mindset. Don't focus on things I can control.
Okay, I like it. No, hold on, right here. Okay, Jill? Okay, nice. Okay. Nice. Okay, I like it, Steve.
Writing things down, I was on my game plan behind the day before.
Okay, all right. Okay, so whenever you're done your guys' 2022 plan, feel free to send me an email. Take some time, think about it. And I'd love to spend 15 minutes to 30 minutes with all of you and really go through it and hopefully add some insight and help you get there, okay? Awesome. Thanks, guys.